During a promotional video for the Chargers uniform reveal, Jim Harbaugh said something that really got me thinking.
Best looking uniform in the league, in my opinion, and maybe the league's best player right here.
Now I love Derwin James. He's my favorite player in the NFL. He's the reason I fell in love with the Chargers in the first place, and even I don't know if I would go this far. And then I took a look at his tape from this season, and folks, Jim might be right. Let's start with an important attribute of any great safety. Excellent, hard-hitting support in run defense.
So, the Broncos are in a very heavy formation here. They have an extra offensive lineman here, and a tight end, and a fullback, only one wide receiver here. They're going to be running power to the right side. They're going to pull the left guard through the C gap here. Watch what Derwin does here. He's just going to creep up right between the left tackle and the tight end. Neither one of these guys can move or really reset because he's done this right at the last second. If they do, they're running the risk of an illegal motion or an illegal shift or even a false start penalty. It's very likely they're going to get 5 yards. And Derwin's just going to get a free run into the backfield right here. Watch how quickly he blows this play up. As soon as J.K. Dobbins takes the handoff, he has to break a tackle, and watch what happens when he does. This run is blocked for him to go to the right, so as soon as he cuts back to the left, he's got nothing but powder blue jerseys right in front of him, and Derwin's actually just going to recover and make this tackle himself for a big loss. So the Raiders are running inside zone here, and they're going to try and confuse the Chargers with motioning Jakobi Meyers across the formation. Derwin does a really good job here of just keeping his eyes on Geno Smith. And as soon as he sees Geno hand the ball off, he's just going to rush right downhill and take away Genty's cutback lane, allowing for a gang tackle with Troy Dye, which, as we will see, is very important with Ashton Jeanty. So the Broncos are running a read option here, and you can't see Derwin because he hasn't creeped in between two blockers yet. Haha, where have we seen that before? Aha, there he is. Bo Nix is actually going to make the wrong read here. Kyle Kennard is sitting down, so he should hand this ball off to J.K. Dobbins. But I submit to you that that doesn't actually matter, because Derwin is so athletic, he can just hit the running back and the quarterback on the same play. That's one way to defend a read option. Now, Nick, I get that he's a monster against power and against inside zone and against read option, but what about outside zone? I'll do you one better. What about outside zone run out of, yeah, that's right, an illegal formation? Doesn't matter. Illegal formation, inverse correlation, Californication, I don't care. Here's Derwin. This is also an excellent job fitting the run. As you can see, there's two extra guys ready to make the tackle in case Derwin misses it.
In addition to run support, many great safeties and defensive backs are able to use their speed and athleticism to effectively pressure the quarterback. However, I don't know if I've ever seen a DB with an arsenal of pass rush moves more befitting of an outside linebacker. Take a look.
Alright, so for this first play against the Chiefs, you're going to see Jesse Minter has dialed up a nasty sim pressure here. Of the 6 guys you see in the box, exactly 3 of them are going to be headed towards Patrick Mahomes, but the offensive line has no idea which 3. Derwin's going to run a great stunt here with Deshaun Hand, and he's going to make it around and actually get to Patrick. Patrick's going to end up converting this one via a circus play, but you can see how Derwin's speed and athleticism allows Jesse Minter to get the same results rushing 4 guys as he might otherwise need 5 for. This one from the Raiders game is a doozy. We have another sim pressure here. It's just going to be the 4 guys to the right of the center on your screen who are going to be rushing, and Derwin is going to run a hell of a stunt with Khalil Mack. Watch as he just bull rushes this right tackle into the backfield, which leaves Khalil Mack matched up one-on-one against Ashton Jeanty, which is not fair. There just aren't that many safeties all time that can also bull rush a tackle into the backfield like that. So for this last one against the Broncos, these are just some good old-fashioned pass rushing moves. Derwin's matched up against the tight end here. He's going to sell the outside rush, and as soon as he sees Bo Nix step up in the pocket, he sheds the block, which puts him in perfect position to complete the sack.
One of the most impressive things on Derwin's tape is his ability to recover across long distances and prevent good plays from becoming huge chunks. These are honestly some of my favorite reps, folks. The athleticism is mind-blowing.
This first one against the Raiders is pretty mind-blowing. The Raiders are going to be running the ball through the C gap, and they do a really good job of blocking it up. To make matters even worse, Ashton Jeanty is just going to run over Alohi Gilman here. At this point, it could easily be off to the races. I mean, Brock Bowers has Tarheeb still good and blocked up, and there's no one here to make this play, except, let's take this back. Watch Derwin come from all the way on the other side of the formation, trailing Jeanty the whole time, I mean, he easily turns what would have been a 30 or 40 yard gain into a 15-yard gain. Alright, here the Broncos are going to block this one up really well for J.K. Dobbins. He has a huge hole up the middle. They even have Derwin engaged against Trent Sherfield. As soon as Derwin sees J.K. get through the line, he immediately disengages his block and immediately shuts down the play, punishing J.K. for getting to the second level. Once again, if Derwin doesn't make this play, J.K.'s got a lot of green grass in front of him. He easily could have stopped a touchdown here. This one here is going to be a screen pass. Again, they block it up well. They have their all-pro guard Quinn Miners blocking Derwin. It doesn't matter. He's just that good. And as a result, the Broncos only get 9 yards out of this despite having numbers downfield. This last one here is quite possibly the most important and the most impressive. Bo Nix is going to break contain here, and Derwin, he doesn't do anything fancy, he doesn't run around, he just puts himself in position to make a play on Bo right before the first down marker. He was able to stop him a yard short of the sticks, and this ended up being crucial in helping the Chargers to come back and win this game.
Finally, we're talking about a defensive back here. You'd have thought that I would have mentioned pass defense by now. The thing is, Derwin is so good at pass defense that teams will just avoid him on purpose and for the entire game if they can. Behold a small assortment of cautionary tales.
So I think we've all seen this play a number of times, but what you might not have noticed is exactly how it got blown up. Watch Derwin against Travis Kelce here. He's going to jam him just enough that he can't get started running his route, and he slams right into the intended receiver, Xavier Worthy. This ended up costing the Chiefs 3 weeks of Xavier Worthy, and they avoided Derwin like the plague for the rest of this game. This one from the Broncos game is a lot of fun. Derwin is matched up against Cortland Sutton. He's covering the slant, and he firstly does a really good job of that to get the pass breakup, but then he gets really unlucky as the ball just deflects to Lucas Krull. But look at that. Look who's there, helping make the tackle. He didn't give up, even after breaking up the pass. This one right here is probably Derwin's best pass defense highlight of the year. He's playing the deep middle zone in a Tampa 2, and he's just going to carry Jacoby Myers up the seam perfectly here. He is blanketed, and as soon as the ball gets there, Derwin tips it up in the air, and Dante Jackson gobbles it up for the interception. This is why teams want nothing to do with throwing at Derwin James. He will ruin your day.
So there you have my case for Derwin as the best player in the league. If you still think I'm crazy, consider this. All of this tape was just from the first 3 games of just this season. Derwin had 3 careers worth of amazing plays and highlights before any of these games even kicked off. I don't know if he truly is the best player in the NFL, but after watching this tape, I think he has to at least be part of the debate.